No box checking, let's go. Yeah. No box checking, let's go. No rope.
Yo, welcome back to No Box Check-In. I think this is episode 5. I'm your host, Fonz. I got Mr. Mindset here.
What's
Curtis,
up, y'all?
What's happening? And oh, look, he got his title back, The Solution. We got Moose in the house. Well, look, hey, welcome back, No Box Check-In. If you missed some episodes, you need to go back. You're going to miss some things that we're talking about. Like, you wouldn't know what the solution is if you hadn't been tuning in, right?
So you or the Arabian Stallion.
Oh, the Arabian
Stallion. Hey, and look, you might not know nothing about camel milk if you're not checking.
You have to tune in. You can't miss nothing.
We're talking about everything. We're talking about all kind of stuff. Hop on.
I don't know. Is this a podcast or a reality TV
it is
show?
So, man. Hey, wait till we release the bloopers, y'all.
Well, listen, welcome back to No Box Check-In. Look, we don't just check boxes. We make an impact. Again, this is episode 5, and we're going to be talking about finding your confidence. This may be a little deep, you know, because, finding your confidence is complicated. If you don't know where it is or how to start, it can be complicated. I think, I'm not going to speak for Eric. Well, I'm going to say a lot of people run through life with no confidence. And from what I see is it leads to resentment, low self-esteem, and eventually you feel defeated when you don't have that confidence. So you must dig in, you must find a way to find your confidence. But, has anybody ever had this conversation with you about your confidence level? Most people, don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about stuff like this because it can be a little deep. It can open up some old wounds. And it can be a little uncomfortable because you may not want to adjust some things in your life in order to get to confidence. So, Curtis, I believe that, confidence starts with preparation. You must be prepared or start the preparation to gain the confidence. What do you feel about that?
Well, I think about the times that I do things when I'm not prepared or I have done in the past, and what that makes me feel like. And there's all my friends know me as I'm a planner. I like things to happen a certain way. I think I've made this statement before. I like to line up all the dominoes and hit the one and all of them fall into place. But I haven't always been that way. And so, me being a planner by nature and trying to have stuff set up. Well, when you go into something without a plan, you feel kind of lost. You feel like you're drowning. And you can feel, overwhelmed, which leads to extreme burnout. And man, that is hard to recover from. But I would say that whenever somebody talks about, how to, doing something without a plan, it could also affect a lot of other areas of your life, your personal life, your relationships, all that kind of stuff.
So do you feel like it starts with preparation?
100%. We've all experienced, like Curtis said, the moments where we've been prepared and unprepared. And look, y'all, comfort, it's the level of, am I comfortable with the way I'm doing things, or am I trying to take it to the next level with preparation? I mean, look, y'all, look at what we're doing right now. I mean, do we just hop on here and wing this? No, I mean,
some of
it. but a lot of it is based off of past experiences and things that we've learned from.
We've been preparing for this for our whole lives.
We've been here before. We've been preparing for this, right? So you do not achieve confidence without preparation. If you prepare, that's what takes you to the next.
So when I think about confidence, we all love to cook, right?
Yeah.
And I go to Moose's backyard and he's got the big green egg. He's got the small green egg. He's got the gas grill. He's got the whole setup, right? And then Curtis, what kind of smoker you have?
I have a pit boss.
Pit boss? Is it the pellet or are you doing the wood?
I do the pellet. I was a charcoal guy my whole life, but
Okay.
I recently got a pellet, and then I have a Blackstone, and I use it all the time as well.
So the reason why I bring that up, because a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid to cook.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid they're going to mess the meat up. They're afraid that they're going to destroy the dish and just throw a lot of money down the drain. When you're smoking meat, you're spending some money.
Oh,
You spend some money.
brisket's not cheap.
Brisket's not cheap.
Hey,
You know.
hours of research and
Yeah.
temperature. How do you
Yeah.
get this here? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of preparation, Moose, did you go through with, doing the green egg? Because I go to your house and, last time I was there, Curtis, look, I don't want you to feel jealous or anything, but he did my wife this big old steak and she just enjoyed it and she couldn't finish it. So she took it back. She was 1:00 in the morning in the hotel room heating up that steak and finishing the steak. So I know he got some skills. So what did you go through to figure out the green egg to get that confidence that you can get that steak like that?
So Fonz, man, before I got that big green egg, I got it as a gift from my family for my birthday. And I couldn't boil water, y'all. I didn't know how to do none of this. So, you talk about it. I mean, you talk about mastering something like that, from adjusting temperatures to have long-term burns of 250 degrees on a low and slow brisket. Man, you talk about hours. I mean, you talk about hours and hours and hours of preparation. Man, I can't tell you how many big green egg books, recipe books, all these things, for something that I enjoy. And today, man, those books sit on the shelf because I've done it over and over and over and over again, and that's what makes me confident.
And so your family has confidence that
Oh yeah,
that food's gonna be
Oh, yeah.
good, right?
Oh, it's gonna
They
be
have
good.
confidence because they know what you put in.
That's
Same
it.
thing with you, Curtis. Like, so when you transition from the charcoal, you did charcoal and wood or just charcoal?
Yeah, charcoal and wood. Yeah.
What was your like? Okay, all right. I know we talking about cars, but I need to know.
Charcoal, y'all. It's the only way to cook. You gotta go with the jealous
I just want to
devil.
know, like, on a
lump
brisket,
charcoal.
is it apple wood? Is it hickory?
Pecan.
Pecan.
You see,
Pecan.
Curtis, I'm gonna agree with you. It's pecan.
Yeah.
It's
I,
pecan.
I like to soak my pecan chips overnight. And I will say this: the pellet does not quite give you the smoke. I posted a picture on Facebook the other day, yesterday, but it doesn't give you the smoke all the time. They have some smoke, like smoke cylinders. They call them smoke tubes. You can buy, give you some extra smoke, but it's so convenient, and just with how busy I am. I mean, the charcoal, it's a whole ordeal just getting it to the right temperature and keeping it there. And I mean, I love it. It's an all day thing.
Yeah, I recently we had a conversation, and you said, I don't want to mess my rub up.
Yeah. Hey, now Curtis just got done telling us what you threw down. Now, Curtis, man, you just got some stuff off the pit.
Yeah, I had this. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so I just bring that up because I love to cook too, and there's a lot of preparation that goes involved. You gotta there's no great chef without a great sous chef.
Yep.
Right? Somebody who's prepping and getting everything together for them, and then they go do their thing. Well, unfortunately, we don't have anybody underneath us, so we got to season these things up right, and we got to and trial and error, and we learn and we come up with it. If I ask you what your recipe is, you'll say this. This is where I do it. This is the temp. This is everything. So you prepare to know that thing is going to come out like you want it to come out. You don't have to guess. You don't say, well, I hope this one comes out good. You know it's going to come out good because you put in the work, you put in the preparation. It's the same thing in the car business, the same thing that anything that we do in life. In order to build that confidence, that you must study and you must be prepared. Because when you study and prepare and you know what you're talking about, you can lower the anxiety. Anxiety will kick in when you don't know what you're doing. And if the anxiety kicks in, you can forget about confidence. It's gone. It's gone. So the preparation is huge. So you also having the preparation, and Moose mentioned something about in the last episode about implementing. I think confidence also comes with reps, doing it over and over and over again until you master it. My brother told me this before I went to go work offshore. He said, look, when you get out there, there's going to be some people that know what they're doing offshore. You need to find those people and you need to keep asking them how to do the things until you master it. When you turn your back, they're going to call you an idiot. They're going to say you stupid. They're going to say you didn't learn anything. But at the same time, they don't know that you were mastering it. That's when you go out there to that job, you go out there and you pick their brains and you've come up with your process to master it. And then next thing you know, who's leading who? And that's exactly what I did when I worked offshore. And the same thing when I got in the car business is one thing, y'all, I say I hate the word hate, but I always use the word hate, right? Why do salespeople, I'm gonna go back to salespeople for a second. Why do salespeople want to hang out with a brand new salesperson? You brand new and you want to hang out with a brand new salesperson. What you gonna learn from a brand new salesperson? Y'all both brand new, right? Why don't you go find somebody that knows what they're doing, then put the reps in to help you get your process and get prepared, and then you can start putting your reps in. So confidence is built through repetition. Curtis, you're a big athlete fan, right? So they always talking about athletes do reps. What do you think about that?
So I read this story the other day about Kobe Bryant. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. Rest in peace. But this reporter was talking about he wanted to go watch one of Kobe Bryant's practices, right? And so he's talking to Kobe, and Kobe's like, "Yeah, we're gonna meet at 4:30," and he kind of winks at him, and he's like, "A.M." So the reporter gets there, he's like, I'm gonna get there early. I don't want Kobe to get there before me. I get there at 4:10, 4:10 in the morning. He said, Kobe's already there sweating.
Wow.
And he watched him for 2 hours practice basic footwork that they teach 5th and 6th graders. And so afterwards he asked Kobe, he said, hey, Kobe, for 2 hours, you're practicing something that, is so basic. You've been doing this for, 20 years or whatever. And he goes, yeah, but you practice the basics because in the fourth quarter, when you're so tired and you can't even think straight, you do the basics perfect, and that's what wins the game. And that's always kind of stuck with me. And athletes are, they're the great athletes. At the professional level, all athletes are talented. There's they're all super talented. Some are a little bit more than others, but they're all super talented. And the difference is that the great ones, they're relentless with their practice, and their preparation. And I'm going to get a little bit deep on y'all. Y'all knew I was going to, because we're talking about mindset stuff here. But if you're going to prepare, it's not just about, physical. You have to prepare your physical, the things that you do physically. You have to prepare mentally and emotionally. And if you want to get stronger, you have to get better. You have to get stronger at all three. And so, what I mean by that is that, for instance, emotional. If you want to get stronger at emotional, you put yourself in high emotional situations and you diffuse them on purpose. It may be a situation that you could avoid, but if you want to get better at that situation, maybe it's a customer that's, kind of hot and that customer, you could probably just let them go and they'd cool down, but you go over there and you sit down and you actually talk them down and you make them your friend. You accept that challenge. And then mentally, it's just always having that mindset of I'm going to win, and just staying on that page, putting yourself in difficult situations and accepting the challenge. And then physical, right? We talk about processes and, maybe even, physical activity or whatever to, make your physical side better. But if you really want to be prepared, you have to prepare on all three levels.
That was the
you knew it was coming, Fonz.
Yeah, you gotta have the mental and the physical. So I was watching this. I don't know what it was on. It was a video the other day, and this lady's kid was a hurdle jumper, and kept hitting the hurdles, hurting themselves, flipping over. One time, went head first. Hurdle caught that foot and went boom. Me personally, I'd have been like, I'm not a hurdle jump anymore. I'm just going to stay on the ground. We're just going to run. But the mom set up these makeshift hurdles in the backyard. This lady's probably 40-something years old. And she goes out there and she starts jumping the makeshift hurdles.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom. And the technique where, one foot went over, the other one slanted, tucked right over. And the kid in the background, you can see the kid in the background was like, whoa, mama just did that. And mama looked at the camera and says, I still got it. I still got it.
Yeah.
And the kid, she told the kid, it's your turn. Boom, boom, boom. Hit those hurdles, cleared those hurdles. But mama said, I still got it because mama put those reps in the past and realized that she still got it. But she showed that kid that if mama can do it, you can do it. If you put the reps in, then you can do it, right? So you got to put those reps in to build that confidence. But what it did for that kid, so then they showed a video afterwards. The kid was running hurdles, whatever, smoked these kids. Smoked them. Boom, 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 running hurdles. I mean, it was a long distance between second place with this kids. That confidence level went up so one thing about confidence also is making sure you got a circle that's positive, right? Because you got a circle that's negative saying, hey, look, you can't jump hurdles. You suck. Yeah. You face planted on that last one, right? How do you get that confidence, right? So, Moose, I know you're a big athlete fan. You know, you like football and stuff like that. We talk about athletes a lot, and you always talk about leveling up. So, how do you? I know you compare athletes and the car business a lot, and how we can build how athletes build their confidence through reps. What can you share on that?
Well, I mean, I like the example of the two because, man, just like a sports team, a car dealership, man, you know, you get operating in a unit and you have everybody working together. Man, that's where special things happen. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a huge collaboration between the business that we're in and sports teams, you know, and look, all of us are sports fans, you know, Kurt, basketball, football, we all like to watch them. Every one of us, somebody likes to hop on and watch TV in their spare time and watch and get emotional about these football teams, about touchdowns and losses. Man, I sat in a room and man, you know, a guy was crying, a grown man was crying over a football game, y'all. Serious. Yeah. I mean, come on now. Yep. We take this look. I mean, you know, I tell you what now, I'm a LSU Tiger, right? So we don't have those emotions, all right?
Go Tigers.
But seriously, I mean, look, we look at these things and we have high expectations for these sports teams and these young kids and these athletes out there doing these things. But, you know, what we don't see is we don't see the practice. You know, y'all, I always reference this. You know, I think, and not my think, everybody thinks, you know, the greatest college football team in existence, it was the 2019 LSU Tigers. That was special. Joe Burrow, look at these guys in the NFL today. But what people don't want to read about and what people don't see is the amount of effort and practice that these guys did together. Y'all, the NCAA only gives these teams a certain set amount of practice that they can. You know what these guys did? They went and met together on their own time outside the dealership, outside the facility, and created a bond and worked as a unit to perform. And when you turn the TV on, y'all, that's the result. We enjoy the result. And why is that similar to what we do, y'all? If we put the preparation, if we put the reps in, y'all, what do these pro athletes do? Curtis, you said it. It's fundamentals. They practice the basics. Man, if you're a quarterback, you're throwing balls, right? You're throwing balls. If you're a basketball player, you're shooting free throws. You're a baseball player, you hitting balls. You catching balls. And these people are great at the basics. But you know what? That's why we're doing this is because we're not great at the basics in our industry. And y'all, if you tune into this episode, to these podcasts, they're designed to help you be great and master the fundamentals. And you're going to look up 6 months from now, 3 months from now, and you're going to look back and you're going to say, man, this dealership, I'm going to turn the TV on and this dealership is operating in unison just like that football team, just like that basketball team.
But, you know, even though a football team prepares and they're confident to go out there, they're ready to run through a big wall. Whoever's on the other side, they're going to lose. Even though they're that good and they're prepared, sometimes they still fumble the ball.
Yes, they do.
And Moose, if you're confident and you prepare and someone on the team fumbles the ball, what are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to pick up that ball and go score a touchdown.
You're supposed to pick it up. You're not supposed to do this, right? Yeah. I'm not confident. No, I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball, you know?
Alligator arms.
That's somebody else's mistake. Go blame it on them. But when you're confident, it's like, hey, I want the ball. Somebody fumble the ball, we are jumping on it.
Let's go.
But you can look at some football teams when the ball fumbles. There's some guys are like, I ain't jumping on that ball.
They start walking in opposite direction.
They go in opposite direction. Yeah, because they don't have the confidence that they're gonna come out clean. In their head, if I jump on that ball, I'm gonna get hurt. If I jump on that ball, I may miss it. I may look like a fool. But confidence is, hey, I practiced this. I prepared. I know the technique of how to jump on that ball. So somebody in the dealership, now I'm speaking to management now. Somebody in the dealership is going to drop the ball. They're going to drop that deal folder. They're going to have messed up paperwork and things like that. But the confidence and the preparation in you as a leader should be, no matter who dropped the ball, we're going to pick it up and we're going to go score that touchdown. We're going to pick it up and we're going to earn that commission. Everybody's going to get paid. And then guess what we're going to do tomorrow morning? We're going to train and we're going to prepare to not drop the ball. But if we do drop the ball, we're going to train and prepare how to pick that ball up, how to pick that deal up and get it to where it needs to be. And that's how you gain confidence, by preparing, just like anybody in sports. Preparing so you can have that confidence. If you're not prepared, you can't have that confidence. But also with confidence, we talked about goal setting and early on, and I know, Curtis, you're big on goal setting. And some people set these crazy goals, right? These astronomical goals, especially at the beginning of the year. It's New Year's. Oh, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds in 30 days. You end up in the hospital with a defibrillator on your chest trying to lose 100 pounds in 30 days. So what about goals when it comes to confidence?
Yeah, I think, goals have to be something that you set that you're not currently doing. But, I think one of the perception of goals is like, once you hit it, you kind of take that sigh of relief and then you just let it go, right? But on goals, it has to be something that's obtainable. You feel that it's obtainable, and then once you hit it, you can move it up. I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit, Fonz. With confidence, you said earlier that a lot of people don't have confidence, and it's probably a lot more than what we realize.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have fake confidence.
Yep.
That's a lot of talented people.
A lot of talented people have fake confidence. They talk a good talk, but when they come down to the real situation, it's a struggle for them because they haven't prepared. They're not ready to handle the situation or the objection or the fumble, as you put it, But I think goals are so important because it keeps us, looking, and, we set results as goals, but I think that's okay too, because it keeps us focused. You got to look at them all the time, and it's got to be something that drives you. I'm gonna have a little, what'd you call it? A rollback moment.
Yeah.
But we talked about,
Walmart rollback.
a rollback. But, we talked about having a why that's bigger than just your expectations, right? Your baseline, and your goals kind of have to coincide with what you want, right? What your why is. They kind of line up. And when you have something that you're working towards and it's something that you feel like you can obtain, you'll get there a lot quicker than what you think. And then you can celebrate it and move it up.
Awesome, man. Curtis always takes me deep, man. I start getting teary-eyed. Start getting a little emotional, getting a little warm here. I'm turn the air on. But Moose, I got to say, you about one positive dude. You one positive dude. It could be, the sky could be falling. And Moose like, man, we still here.
Yeah.
We still here.
Yeah,
Just move
you're right.
over to the left or move over to the right. So Moose, kill the negative self-talk. Some people tell themselves a lot of negative stuff. Well, you want to share anything on that?
Man, I tell you what, and I tell you, man, I have to say this. I credit, probably this to you, Fonz, and I've come to the realization that what we do isn't that serious. All right, ain't nobody gonna die. Ain't nobody on a hospital table, right? So, man, when you step back and you take that stress of all the things in our industry that start to pile up, man, when you start to say, okay, I'm going to handle what I'm going to handle. I'm going to do the best I can when I come to work, and I'm going to do everything I can. You can't help but be positive. It's the only way to look at things, y'all. It's amazing what happens in your life and in your career when you look at things with a positive outlook. When you take those, I'm going to use it again, y'all, those limitations, those things, those doubts, those things that pop in our head and that tells us that we can't do things. Font said at the circle, the people that are around us telling us that we can't do things. Well, find some positive people. And man, it's the only way to have an outlook is a positive one.
They might not die, but they might get divorced.
That's it. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Hey, if you get divorced, brother, you can find another one. It'll be better than the one that you had. I mean, what's
I'm
the,
just
why-
saying, some of these
Hey.
customers, they might not die, but they might get divorced during the
Look,
car deal.
something.
That's how this thing birthed. No box checking. 3 positive dudes always
Yeah.
bringing the positive energy. Even
Yeah.
when we got something that's a little doom and gloom. Guess what we end up doing? We end up laughing, cutting up. Let's go eat something. Let's go have a drink. Let's go do this. Let's go do that, and telling a joke or something. It's like Moose said, man. We don't have nobody on the operating table. Everything that we can do could be fixed. Stop talking negative to yourself. Speak positive to yourself. I don't know if y'all heard that song, Charlie Bar. I look good. I look
Yeah.
fly. I look good. Touch my swag. I wish you could. Something like that. I got my 3-year-old singing it. He's in the back seat. Now, he don't say, I look good. He say, I need food. I need food. But, man, you got to tell yourself, yes, I look good. I look good today. You got to tell yourself, I'm prepared today. You got to tell yourself, look, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to conquer today. I'm going to leave all that drama at the curb, and I'm going in here, and we're going to make it happen. You got to tell yourself that, hey, the next phone call I make, I'm going to reach that person. I'm going to reach that person, and I'm going to turn it into a sale. I remember, there was this little lady pulling up on a lot. And she was in a Mazda MPV van. It was silver, and it was 100 and something degrees, and all the windows was rolled down on this van. She was sweating bullets. Name is Mary, one of my favorite customers. So 2 other salespeople in the showroom. I'm pretty sure y'all all got a story like this.
Yep.
Y'all
There were
probably,
2 other
you probably need
salespeople
that Glade clean linen in your office after she
2 other salespeople in the showroom were like, "Oh man, that thing probably worth $500. That thing probably worth $250. Man, I bet her credit's bad and all this and that." I looked at both of them, and as I'm holding the door so they won't go out there, and I looked at both of them, I say, "Man, she got 10 grand down, and she's an 800 credit score." And I walked out there as fast as I could to her. Miss Mary says, "Thank you for coming out. I can't even tell you how many dealerships I've been, and nobody came out to help. I got $10,000 down, and I want to get in a new van."
Let's go.
That brings chills, bro. That
Yeah.
brings chills. Because I just said that out of confidence. I didn't make it up. No, I just said it out of confidence. And she was like a 850 something crazy.
It's because
Credit
you're
score.
an alien, Fonz. You're
Huh?
an alien.
I'm an alien. But hey, she left out in her new van, and then it was a great deal. She felt like she got a great deal, left happy. I can't even tell you how many customers she sent me. It's crazy the amount of customers she sent me. And guess what? They all had good credit. They all had money down. Till this day, that was 19 years ago. She's still sending me customers. Till this day. She got a boy. She's a little older now. She got a boyfriend. The other man died and got a boyfriend now. And what's crazy is she's still driving the van that I sold her. 19 years old. She's still driving that van. Now, this one still got air conditioning. That must have been a good one. That must have been a good one. So, but we all have that story, right? Those salespeople tell themselves, "Oh, that's not a deal. I'm not going out there. That guy don't look like he can buy." Speaking negative to yourself, or you're telling yourself that you can't do something. So, Mr. Mindset, I know you got to touch base on this about speaking positive to yourself and not negative.
Yeah, I'll try not to talk for too long here, but positivity, it actually changed my life, and I'll tell that story sometime. But I think the number one thing, I know the number one thing to being positive is being grateful, and being grateful for what you have. So I'll tell you a quick story too. Y'all know I love to golf. It's a passion of mine, and golf is a finicky sport. Even it doesn't matter how good you are. The good players have terrible days, and they go through these huge slumps. And anyway, I was going through a period of time where I'm not saying I'm a great golfer, but I'm a decent golfer, and I was going through this time. I was struggling to play well, and one day I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go out here and play good. Like, I'm just gonna play good. And my mindset was, I'm gonna go out here and get birdies. And birdies is, the best players only get a few of those around, or a couple around. And I had 5 birdies that round. Shot my second lowest score I've ever shot.
Wow.
And it was just a mindset of, I'm going to go out here and play my game. I know it's in there because I've played well before, and just where your head is controls everything. It controls how well you do your process, controls your attitude, controls the energy around you. And being grateful is at the center of that. If you're not grateful, you can't be positive.
Put that on a billboard.
Let's go.
If you're not grateful, you can't be positive. I love it. That's a whole nother episode topic right there. I like that.
That was my pro tip.
Pro tip. Moose, last episode you talked about implementing. Confidence, you can have all the confidence in the world, but if you don't take action, what you got?
You got nothing. But Fonz, taking action is what leads to confidence. Listening to things, being on podcasts like this, you say it all the time, being a student of your industry, put 2 feet in, really trying to dig in to learn and better yourself. I mean, that's confidence. That's what takes you to the next level.
All right. Curtis gave a pro tip. Moose, you got to give us a pro tip. Give us a pro tip. People, man, the FYI, man, I don't care who it is. Give me a pro tip.
I'm going to tell you what, I want to speak to, we all did, a lot of jobs in the business, but one of my favorite jobs was that sales desk. And I want to speak to sales managers and salespeople for a second. And we've talked in these podcasts, we've talked in this episode and several other episodes about taking action. Y'all sales managers, let's take action today. Let's do something to help build our people. Let's better our industry. Let's go out there and create experiences. Let's create cultures at stores that attract people, that start to solve problems. And when you do that, it makes your job easy. You start working smart, like what Fawn said a couple episodes ago. So get out there, dig in, and do what's hard. It's hard, but you can do it.
So I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip. Look, we had an episode where we talked about me and I and all that. It's all about me. And I think I can't speak for everybody, but there's a lot of people in the business that all they care about is I. All they care about is their paycheck. But I'm gonna give you an old cliche. When you start helping other people get what they want, then you get what you want. When you start helping that customer get what they want, like when Miss Mary drove up on the lot and she was sweating, she just wanted air conditioning and a reliable vehicle. She had the credit already. She already had the money. She just needed somebody to help her and guide her down the path. So go help somebody. Go help somebody and make an impact. Don't just check a box. Don't just say, oh, I did this thing. Done. Go make an impact. Go make an impact where somebody is talking about you behind your back and they're saying something good about you. Now, what you don't do is say, oh, I got him in the job. Oh, I got him in the business. Yep. Oh, I got this for them. I got that for them. Because even though you help somebody and you start saying, I did this and I did that, you're not truly helping them. You're still only thinking about self, just yourself. So start helping other people. Curtis, you already gave us a pro tip, but anything you want to leave us with on this episode, man? Because this is your jam right here.
It is. I'm the one that was pushing for this title, confidence. There's a lot of salespeople, sales managers. It's crazy how many sales managers I talk to that are not confident about even training their own people or know what to do, know where to start. And so, if you don't have confidence, that's okay. We'll help you get it. And we'll listen to our episodes. You can reach out to us in our email if you want to. If you follow the process, you can have confidence. The average person, 75 to 80% of their thoughts are negative, which is a crazy stat. And that's where a lack of confidence comes from, is lack of preparation and not being, positivity isn't just about being happy and joyful or whatever. It's about being positive that you can achieve what you want to achieve, what your goals are. And, to be confident, you have to prepare, you have to have your mind in the right spot. But it's like, I'm going to go back to actually what Moose said. You have to study your craft and get better every day. You have to try to get better every day. They used to tell me, I had a manager who used to tell me, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And I believe that. And get better every day. And when you try to get better, you'll be shocked at how fast your confidence will grow.
Dang, Curtis, you like how much do I owe you? You charging about an hour? Well, look, I will say, Curtis give out a stat, say 75 to 80% of the people thoughts are negative.
That is the truth.
Hey, man, look, I just want to live life, have some fun. So, look, we appreciate you all stopping in and listening in to episode, I don't know, number 5.5, whatever this thing is.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 5, No Box Checking Podcast. Make sure you tune in to the next episode. You don't want to miss it. One thing I need to add is that if you got any comments or suggestions or anything, hit our email up. Moose, what's the email again?
Email support@noboxchecking.net. Hit us up.
Support@noboxchecking.net. Make sure you tune in the next episode. Again, you don't want to miss it. Check us out on all social media platforms. No Box Checking. You can find us anywhere. We're not just checking boxes. We're making an impact. Like us, if you want to be great. And we'll see you on the next one.
No box checking, let's go. Yeah. No box checking, let's go. No roadmap left unfinished, we see it through. Clear direction in everything we do. Nothing done halfway, we all in full. Built on discipline, that's the rule. We support every role up front of the line. Sales desk, F&I, one team, one mind. No ego, no silos, just progress and trust. Strong process first, results follow us. No box checking. No box checking. Real work, real direction, real connection. Game plan clear, customer always first. Great sales process from start to the purchase. No fakeness, the motto authentic and true. That's how you win, long term too. Fonz, Curtis, Moose. No box checking.